lads, and welcome your faces back to the channel, and welcome to my Premier League predictions for the 25-26 season. Make sure you guys go down below, smash that subscribe button. We are so close to 600 subs, which is crazy. And of course, if you enjoyed this particular video, go down and drop it a like as well. And feel free to leave a comment, your thoughts on my predictions. Now remember, they're just my opinions. I can't see the future. I can't be right, I can't be wrong, because it's not happened yet. So if you're going to be a dick, shut your face. But apart from that, enjoy. Starting things off with the team rock bottom of the table, 20th place, happy place, Turf Moor. I'm not so sure. Burnley will be leaving us. I think last year they showed they have a fantastic base to work from. Losing James Trafford, a huge part of that brilliant defensive record last year, is going to be a massive deficit to their survival hopes. They have brought in Martin Dubravka, which is a decent signing. Is it James Trafford? I'm not too sure. Even if they can hold off some clean sheets here or there, pick up a shot couple draws, maybe even a 1-0 win here or there, I don't think they've got enough going forward to just steal those results when it is coming down to the crunch time of the season. Next up in 19th place, I am going to go with newly promoted Sunderland. Now, I love this style of football. They've got such a young, exciting, exuberant squad. Obviously, they've just got the permanent sign of Enzo Lefebvre. They've just brought in Granit Xhaka, which is a massive statement signing. That shows intent in this season. However, I almost feel like they got promoted too soon. So young, and this project is still growing. And maybe if they had another season in the Championship, these players could grow together a little bit more. Thankfully for them, they got through in the playoffs and got promoted. Absolutely buzzing for them. But unfortunately, I do reckon their players are almost too inexperienced to stick around at this level. Now, will I be proved wrong? I hope so. It's an exciting team. Another derby in the league as well with Newcastle. Will it happen? Not so sure. Next up in 18th place is not going to be a newly promoted side. We're breaking the curse this year, boys. Come on! I'm actually going to put a Brentford. Absolutely picked apart this year. Losing Mbeumo, losing Norgard and Thomas Frank to Spurs, and potentially Whistler on the way out into Newcastle. It is not looking good for Brentford. Now in 17th and 16th respectively, we do have Wolves and Leeds. I do reckon both of these sides are going to be teetering around that relegation zone. Both of them might actually spend time in the bottom three in the second half of the season, but I don't know what it is. I would love to say Leeds go down. I bloody hate them lot, but I do reckon they will stay up. I do reckon Ellen Road will become almost like a fortress. I do also reckon they will be sacking their manager before Christmas. I think they wanted to sack him already, but I just don't know how that would have worked with him just getting promoted. I do reckon they're going to bring someone in like a Sean Dyche in the second half of this season, and he will keep them up. I do reckon Leeds will have a new manager by the halfway point, and I reckon he's going to make that Ellen Road fortress pick up a load of big results, and I reckon they're going to be a tricky team to beat. Wolves, on the other hand, I reckon they've lost a couple of their bigger players as well. I don't reckon they're anything special. I think if it wasn't for the fact that the teams that got relegated last year were so bad, Wolves would have been in trouble. I reckon this year it's going to be even closer, but I do reckon they've got some quality in that squad just to get him over the line. 15th up to 10th, literally anything can happen. This is that weird position in the table where literally one win could take you from 15th to 12th, or one loss could take you from 10th to 14th. It literally is so impossibly hard to predict, but here's what I'm going to try and go with. Now, I know what you're thinking, Bournemouth in 12th, that's slightly low. Bournemouth have now lost both of their starting centre-backs, as well as Kirk, and they weren't able to keep hold of Kepa. 4 of that back 5 has just been taken away. And even though they've got a very good manager, some other brilliant players, keeping Semenyo, Valianson, Kluivert, I reckon that is a big part of what could happen. But I think Bournemouth are going to struggle this year. I put them in 12th, but it might even be lower. Obviously, I've put Everton, obviously finishing above the likes of West Ham. I do reckon Everton in their first new season, away from Goodison. I also reckon Crystal Palace and Brighton will put in a decent shift this year. It depends if Palace can keep hold of Gueye and Eze. If they can do that, they should finish about mid-table. If they can't, they might slowly drop down a bit. Brighton, I think a 10th place for Brighton is a very good season. They're one of those teams that they will consistently get that like 11th to 9th place position, which is really good for them. They just can't break into that top bracket. In 9th place, I'm putting Nottingham Forest. I reckon you saw it slightly at the end of last season. They are going to start falling off. I think last year I actually predicted them to get relegated and they almost got Champions League football, so my bad. I do reckon they're going to fall off. They've still got a brilliant manager and a brilliant spine. Keeping Gibbs White is massive. massive. Losing Elanga is also a big one. I reckon they're going to have a decent season. And I think 9th place for Forest in the Europa League as well. I reckon that's a good season. You were battling relegation like literally 18 months ago. Like, calm your expectations. It's a progress. You jumped up a whole level last year. Now you just got to remain there. That's your mission. It's Tottenham Hotspur, I think, with Thomas Frank coming in, as well as some massive player signings. I reckon they're going to have a brilliant year. Paulinho coming in, Kudus coming in. Now rumours of Savinho from City. Back in the Champions League as well. I think after the year they had, that is a very good stepping block progressing into the future for Tottenham. Coming in at 7th place, I am going to put a Newcastle. I do think losing Isak is huge, and I don't think they're going to have enough time to properly replace him with someone that they desire. They've lost out on the likes of Cunha, of Buemo. They couldn't get James Trafford. They're not going to get Mark Gay. Whether or not they get Wissa from Brentford, not looking good for Newcastle. Even though they do have European football this year, which I do think they should focus on, I do reckon their league form is going to suffer. I think they're in a massive junction point in their club's growth right now, where they can consistently battle for the Europa League, Champions League places, and they've got their squad sorted. They're about to lose their best player in terms of Isak. Now the question is, can they get rid of him, replace him correctly, bring someone in and not disrupt the rhythm? If they can, Newcastle might properly build forward and potentially try and solidify themselves as a Champions League outfit for the next couple of years. If they can't, this is a big moment for the Geordies. Now in 6th place, I am going to put the boys in red, Manchester United. Now at the time of recording, we've got Leon through the door after the January transfer. We've got Mbeumo, we've got Cunha, and we've got Sesko. And there is rumours of getting Donnarumma. If we get Donnarumma, genuinely, that might be top 4. But for now, I'm going to try and not get shouted at, and I'm going to put Man United in 6th. No European football, a whole replenished front line. We do have brilliant players. If our backline can stay fit, Leacher, De Ligt, if they can just not be injured every 2 weeks, we might be on the side. I'm not going to push us down from 15th up to top 4, even winning the thing, God forbid. But I do reckon we can make a jump. I do reckon we'll get European football. And I think if we can end this season in 6th place, hell, if we can just end it with conference at minimum, I think that is a very good season. And it's a very good starting point to properly progress and show, right, Ruben is the man, let's back him, and let's go win us a Premier League. Now in 5th place, just missing out of Champions League football, potentially, unless 5th place gets it, you never know, I am going to put Aston Villa. They have done very well to keep the majority of their main squad. They've got a brilliant manager, a brilliant stadium, a brilliant fan base. I do think Villa are just a good side, and as long as they can keep Unai Emery around for as long as possible, I reckon Aston Villa in that top 5, top 4 battle is pretty much just guaranteed at the start of the season. This is where it's going to be a bit, I'm going to get shouted at, because in 4th place, I'm going Arsenal. I genuinely believe Arsenal have bottled it. They were the team to take it to Man City. After Liverpool fell off for a couple of years, it was Man City, Arsenal. Man City, Arsenal. Last year, Man City fell off, but so did Arsenal. I reckon Arsenal have missed their chance. Arteta's got his striker. He's got his midfield. He's got his wingers. They have spent big money on this man, and I don't reckon it's going to come to anything. I reckon they might get 2nd or 3rd, but I don't think they're going to be good enough. I reckon they're going to fall apart. I reckon Gyökeres's signing is going to completely change how they play football. They use that Kai Havertz type centre forward to get the players on the wing involved in the game. Now they got Madueke in, you got Saka, you got Martinelli, you got Trossard. It's a very good selection of wingers, but I reckon Gyökeres will score goals, but I reckon he takes away from the wide men. They will get Champions League. Just 3rd place, I'm going to go with Chelsea. I reckon Chelsea have come leaps and bounds since Todd Bowley spent another billion memes have been flying around. I think this year they've had a major clear out, and with the likes of probably Garnacho and Xavi Simons still to come in for the Blues, as well as the transfers they've already made, I think Chelsea are looking like a big threat this year. I don't reckon they're going to push on for the 2nd or even the 1st place spot, but I reckon solidifying themselves again as a top 4 team after just winning the Club World Cup, I think it's a good time to be a Chelsea fan, and I think the future is looking bright. Now, in 2nd place, I am going to put Manchester City. I think they have rebuilt this squad. I think It is going to take some bedding in. They've made so many transfers, some good transfers, I will say as well. I don't reckon Rodri's going to be back, and if he is, will he be the same? To be honest, I think City will be a problem this year. I think even though they went like 14 games without a win last year at one point, and they still managed to come like third place, it's actually crazy. I don't reckon they're going to be anywhere near as bad as that this year, and I do reckon they will probably get a second place. Which means in first place will be Liverpool, taking their tally to 21 league titles and overtaking the legacy that the likes of Sir Matt Busby, the likes of Sir Alex Ferguson worked tirelessly to build. To be fair, if Liverpool don't win the league, then that should be embarrassing. That might be the biggest bottle job of all time. They have spent money beyond crazy, and I'm pretty sure they've used up all the Coutinho money by now. Our biggest rivals are spending all this money, and it's... What are you going to do? In a bit, boys. Peace.